Good evening, all. Welcome to today's session. Basically, I understand that all of you we have met. There's no need of introducing myself. And during last week, when we began this program, we were able to take you through on what it entails and how we shall be approaching it. So I don't want to waste so much time. My colleague Joseph Gita was able to share today in the group what the first project description involves and so on. And maybe in case you did not find or understand the objectives of this weekly program, I think we can still share the link to the our YouTube channel. But as well, you can subscribe so that whenever we upload each and every session, you are able to get. Because today also we are recording this session, and I will be uploading it once we are done with it. So without wasting so much time, I just want to invite Gitau to take over.
Hello, Xavier. Hello, everyone. So, thank you for the chance. So, I'm going to take you through what we are going to cover for this project. So, first of all, I'm going to share my screen, then we are going to go through the documentation file that I shared. So, let me start by doing that. Okay, so I've shared my screen, so hope you can see what we have over here. So for this project that we are going to be handling, we have the following title. So developing an AI-based solution to address healthcare challenges in Kenya. So we have a project summary over here. So what is expected of us? We have the project goals, the learning outcomes, and the tasks and timelines. So I'm going to go through each and every heading that we have over here so that we can understand what we are going to be covering. And I will start with the project summary. So this is the project summary that we have over here. So developing an AI-based solution to address healthcare challenges in Kenya can have a significant impact on the health outcomes of the population. So Kenya faces a range of healthcare challenges, including inadequate infrastructure, limited access to healthcare facilities, and a shortage of healthcare professionals, among others. So by leveraging AI, it's possible to overcome some of these challenges and improve the delivery of healthcare services to the population. So one potential application of AI in healthcare in Kenya is the development of predictive models for disease diagnosis and treatment. So these models can analyze large amounts of patient data to identify patterns and make predictions about potential health risks. So by detecting diseases early and predicting their progression, so healthcare providers can intervene earlier, so leading to better health outcomes and reduced healthcare costs. Then again, AI can also be used to improve the accuracy and speed of medical diagnosis. So for example, AI-based imaging tools can analyze medical images such as X-rays and CT scans to detect and diagnose diseases accurately and quickly. So this can be particularly beneficial in rural areas of Kenya, so where there may be a shortage of medical professionals. So furthermore, AI can be used to optimize healthcare resource allocation, such as medical supplies and staff scheduling. So by analyzing patient data and healthcare facility operations, AI can make recommendations on how to allocate resources more efficiently, leading to improved patient outcomes and reduce cost. So this is just like a project summary of what maybe we can do. So it's not a depiction of what we need to do, but it's just there to give us an idea of what we can do. So let's see some of the project goals. So I've listed 4 of them here. So goal number 1 is to develop an AI-assisted system for early diagnosis and treatment of prevalent diseases in Kenya, so such as malaria and tuberculosis, to improve health outcomes. Then another one is use machine learning algorithms to predict outbreak of infectious diseases and provide real-time monitoring and response to prevent their spread. So this can be in terms of like monitoring. So in the previous years, we had the outbreak of COVID-19. So we can have a system that can be adaptive to like outbreak of any disease. So when looking at this goal that we have over here, we can create a system that can be adaptive to any kind of understand the phone devices has been on the rise. We can create a system that is AI powered, that individuals, mostly in the rural areas, who have limited access to healthcare facilities, can interact with and try find solutions to some of the health issues they might have. So this system won't act like a doctor, but it will act as a consultant. So we can implement this using things like chatbots and all that. And that's why we have this last point over here. So leverage NLP and machine learning to create an AI chatbot that can answer common health related questions and provide personalized recommendations to user. So from these project goals that we have over here, I think some of them are manageable within a 4 weeks time frame, and some will need us to put a little bit more effort in trying to like solve them. But the main aim for this project is like to learn and see what we can achieve by the end of the 4 weeks. Then we have the learning outcomes. So apart from finishing this project, so we expect you to like learn something from what we are going to do. And the first thing you're going to learn is understanding of the healthcare landscape in Kenya. So including existing healthcare system and infrastructure. So you will have to like research and understand the healthcare landscape in Kenya. So we will have to do things like monitor the ratio of private to those of public hospitals, monitor like the locations for these hospitals, so how far are they distributed, so things like that. Then familiarity with relevant AI and machine learning techniques and algorithms for healthcare applications. So you're going to learn how you can apply machine learning models and what you have, so the knowledge you have in data science, to create healthcare applications. So apply the knowledge you have in healthcare. Then another thing is you are going to learn the knowledge of ethical considerations when designing and implementing AI solutions in healthcare settings. You know, healthcare is somehow a sensitive field, and each data that you get concerning a patient is really, really sensitive. So this data needs to be private, secure, and accessible to only individuals who like can handle it. So you will learn how you can secure this data, how you can keep it private, and how we can leverage our ML models and make them fair so that they are inclusive of everyone. Then another thing you're going to learn is experience in working collaboratively with local healthcare professionals and stakeholders to understand their needs and challenges. So as a company, we will try get individuals who are working in the healthcare and try have sessions whereby you can ask questions concerning the project. So questions that can assist us in coming up with different solutions to the challenges that these healthcare professionals are facing. And lastly, we have this so understanding of the potential impact of AI on healthcare in Kenya. So you will get to see some of the things. So you'll get ideas as to some of the things you can do in improving healthcare. So making healthcare better using AI. So that's all for the learning outcomes. So we have the next thing over here. Yeah, the session is being recorded. So we have the next thing over here, which is the tasks and timeline. So week one, so I'm going to cover, so today I'm going to look at what we are going to do in week one. So the first thing is data collection. And for data collections, we are going to get this data online, or maybe we can try and see if we can get data from local hospitals. But yeah, let me like show you how we do approach these projects up to the end. And the first thing I'm going to look at is data collection. So let me open a new notebook. Then I'm going to type in sheet.new. I'm going to create a new Excel sheet. And for this sheet, I'm going to name it so this is going to be data. So from what I have over here in these project goals, so the first project goal is develop AI-based system for early diagnosis and treatment of relevant diseases in Kenya. So what can I do? So I can try look for data concerning disease prevalent in Kenya. So prevalent diseases in Kenya. Or maybe I can come up with my own unique problem over here. Yeah. So I can try search for something like number of healthcare providers in Kenya. Okay. So I want to collect this data, so data concerning the healthcare providers in Kenya. And let me delete this and just say I need the healthcare providers available in Kenya. And after specifying the kind of data I want, so what kind of fields will I be looking for? So for this data, I will be looking for the name. And what else will I be looking for? So I will be looking for the location, and I will be categorizing this hospital. So is it a private hospital or is it a public hospital? So for the location, we can have it in terms of latitude and longitude. So things like that. So then I can get this data. So yeah, we can do this practically right now so that you can get an idea as to how we will be handling this project. So I will go back to my browser, then head over to Google, since Google has most of the healthcare providers listed. Then I will search over here for healthcare providers. Okay, so it should be in Kenya. Then I will go to the maps section. And over here you can see we have some of them, right? And it's listing most of them in Nairobi. So I think we can customize this search even more. So okay, so I will customize that later. But let's pick what we have over here. So I'm going to scrape this data, and what am I going to use? So I'm going to use one of the tools that I always use for data scraping, and it's called Instant Data Scraper. And over here, I will have to confirm that I have the correct field selected. And yep, then ensure check if there is a next button or an infinite scroll. So for this website we have the infinite scroll option. So once I have that, I can set the maximum delays to something like 4 seconds, max delay to 20 seconds. Then I can say start crawling. Okay, so once I get something like 100 rows of data, I'm going to stop this web crawler from doing what it's doing. Okay, so already we can see over here. So once we got 39 rows selected, the crawler stopped. So let me restart this again and see if we are going to get even more data. So we have the infinite scroll. Then let's click start crawling. See if we are going to get even more data. Okay, so we are only getting 46 rows as of now. So we can work with that since this is just like an introduction to what we are going to do. So I can expand this and delete things that we are not in need of. Yeah. So as I had mentioned, we said that I need the name of the hospital. So this is the field that has the name. So I will rename this to name. And yep, so let's check this field. So what is contained in this field? So this is the map location. So we don't need that. So I'm going to remove that. Then I think this is the rating. And then this is the number of ratings. Okay. Then this is just an unnecessary field. And I think this is the category. So as I had mentioned earlier, so this is the category. And this is just an unnecessary field, so I'm going to delete it. Then this is the location field. Then this is the necessary field, so I'm going to delete that. Then I'm going to delete this also, it's unnecessary. Then this is the opening time, unnecessary. Next, what do we have here? So contacts for this hospital. So at the moment, this is unnecessary, so I'm going to delete that also. Then the healthcare website, since I'm not going to use that, I think I can delete that also, but I'm not going to do that. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Then we have image. So I'm going to just delete all the unnecessary fields. Then over here, I think I have the comments fields. Delete that, delete. So we have 4 fields remaining. So name, rating, number of ratings, category, and location. So I'm going to download this file as a CSV file. And yep, I can open this file in Excel and we'll get to see what we have. So this is what we have. Yeah. So we have the name of the hospital, the number of ratings, then this is the rating, the number of ratings, the category, and the location. So we can do some basic data cleaning. So check for things like missing values. You can list the missing values. Check for data that is not consistent. So for example, over here, I have noticed that for the location, we have some locations which are listed in terms of numbers instead of the actual words. So things like that. So things that might make your data even more useful. So basically, that's one of the tasks we are going to do. So data collection. And this is what we are going to do for this first week. So over here on Google Drive, I have created some Google Drive folders. So I'm going to give you access to what we have over here. So you filled in a form that we required you to fill in. So using that form, you are going to receive an email giving you access to this folder. So in this folder, we have the data folder. So this is where you are going to upload all the data sets that you will have extracted from the internet. So for example, I have this data that I have downloaded right now. So I'm going to upload it here so that you might have access to that data and have a look at it. And over here, we are going to be typing in our codes. So for example, if you are a fan of using Colab, so you can be uploading your codes over here. So maybe I can click new, more, Google Colab. Then I can create like a sample notebook. So this is a sample notebook in Python for maybe doing some basic EDA for the code that I have downloaded right now. So remember for week 1, I've said we will be doing the data collection and the data cleaning. So you are supposed to like come up with codes to do this, or even share your Excel files that have the solutions to the data cleaning part. So basically, this is a sample notebook. And I can save it. So we'll have it here. If I reload this page, you should have the name. So cleaner.ipynb. So this is where you will be uploading your codes. So for those who are using R, you can upload your R scripts here, the RMD files here. So whatever language you use, this is where we will be uploading the codes. And we have the documentation folder. So over here, we will be documenting some of the things we've done. So for example, over here in the code part, so on the cleaner, so you can document what you've done using the cleaner code in the documentation folder. And with that said, I think I can maybe pause it there and maybe maybe get some questions from you. So do you have any questions concerning what we've looked at so far?
Maybe Gitao, and waiting for questions. Maybe uh, in terms of now the team picking up various roles.
Yeah.
Maybe the team, those who are interested to be at the core in terms of implementation of this project. Maybe those who are interested maybe might want to hear like how are we going to distribute those who are interested in data collection, those who are interested in cleaning, those who are interested in building the model, deployment, and documentation. Maybe that's something maybe we can clarify.
Okay, so we have the group whereby we do the normal communications. So what I think we'll do is we will list some of the tasks that we will be handling in week 1. So that is from Monday. Then you will have to list your name on which task you think fits you best. Then after that, we can come up with like a common group whereby you can share your thoughts, share your progress, have meetings of your own, and yeah, do your best to solve that part of the project. So then I think I will be the master guide for all of this. So I will be interacting with all teams to guide you and give you directions as to what you should do and advise you concerning questions you have. Yeah, so I think that's the approach we are going to have, Xavier.
Okay, thank you. I think that is clear. And as we say that the initial project, as Gitawa said, is that this first project, our team will be taking most of it, like for the purpose of guiding you. But for other projects, because we will be doing a lot of projects across various industry and topics, we have started with healthcare. I understand we have some people from the healthcare here. I don't know if it is Laila or who is in the healthcare domain, but we shall do projects across various industries, both technical, simple, and those medium in terms of understanding. But let me just give you an opportunity to ask questions, please. In case you have any questions, you are seeking any clarification, you can just come up with it right now.
Yes, Bill, you can unmute and ask a question if you have one.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm sorry, I've logged in late, so I've just missed the first part of the process. So I was requesting if there's the recording bit, if you'll share with me later so that I can follow up.
Okay, so I think Xavier is recording the session and he will be able to share a link with you once this call is done.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So I can see a question over here in the chat. So Esther is asking for clarification on the part of extraction of data. So we are going to use different sources of data, Esther. So I had some ideas, yeah, so on the kind of data we are going to like need. So for example, we want to like see if healthcare is affordable for everyone. Yeah, so what I think we can do is we can source data on the different income levels for Kenyans. So income statistics data. We can get data on hospital bills or hospital pricing for different hospitals, so we can compare how much is being charged in private hospitals and how much is being charged in public hospitals. Yeah, so for this data we can try and source it online, or we can come up with questionnaires that we can share. But I think each and every data extraction method has its own downsides. So let me share my screen again, then you can see what I'm saying. Okay, so for example, we want data on income statistics data in Kenya. So I can search for that. Then you can see over here we have the World Bank open data. So it's not a must you scrape each and every data you need, but we can download data online. So for example, over here we have some data from the World Bank. So we have things like the life expectancy, birth rate, total population, population growth, net immigration, human capital index, GDP, current. So we can, so since we are interested more in the economic part, so we can download these data that we have over here. Yeah, so where we have some economic statistics. Then from these economic statistics that we have over here, we can try source like hospital hospital charges data in Kenya. So you can see we have things like this. So health facilities in Kenya data sets. So we can try look for different data sets online. So once we get the data, we can also try see if it's authentic enough, if it's something we can use, or if it's something that we can't use. So you can see we have this data, but the only issue we have is this data is dated back into 2015. So it's 4 years, it's more than 9 years old. So I think, so it's almost 9 years old, going to 10 years old. So will this data be relevant for us or not? So we need somehow data that is recent, so maybe like 2 years old. So something data from 2021 to 2024, so the current year that we are in. And to get this, I think we have to do some basic scraping. Yeah, so that's how we are going to like extract data. So I think for the data on economic statuses, we can download it directly here from the World Bank website. So let me confirm if this data has what we need. Yep. So we can see this data has some of the stuff we need. And as you can see over here, we said we need to do some basic data cleaning. So if I was to use this data while using Python, I will get some errors, since you can see the first 4 columns are filled with some irrelevant data details, while the other columns contain some data that we can use. So things like that. Yep. So hope I've answered your question. So anyone else with a question? And don't worry about this. So we will guide you on these. Yep, Sandra, you can ask your question.
Good evening, everyone. Joseph, I don't know if it's a clarification or suggestion or question. Like whatever you presented, like for example, myself, I'm new to this and I just joined the January cohort. So I feel like I'm just spectating. Like I won't be able to give my input as of yet. So I was wondering, in terms of like the assignments for each week, the task for each week, would we be divided? For example, data collection. If we like January cohort so far, what we've done, if let's say our class or my class can be told to do that, so we do it as a group. At least with that, we've given input to this assignment. Because for me personally, I want to be attending these community projects to learn. Because for me, so far, I feel like I'll just be coming in to watch. I don't know how to explain, but it would be taken step by step. Because I want by the end of the 6 months, by the time we're doing the certification, at least I'm all rounded in terms of the tasks.
Okay, Sandra. So I think yours is more of a comment. So
Okay.
what I'm going to say is, yeah, you don't have to like do anything as per now. So you just have to like be there, be motivated to learn. At
Okay.
least from what we are going to be sharing, try do it on your own. So see, so for example, I've shown you how I can scrape these locations that we have over here. So you've seen something new. So the challenge for you will be to go try do this on your own. Is that okay? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that when we are coming to like handle our second project, you will be able to like scrape data even without me showing you how you can do it. Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So for this
But I missed the
project,
first part when you're doing the scraping, but I'll watch the recordings.
yeah, you can watch the
Yeah.
recording. So we have
Okay. Thanks.
these extension over here called Instant Data Scraper. So I will share the link to that extension with you guys. So don't worry
Okay.
about that.
Oh, okay. 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 Thanks.
So you are going to learn each and everything that I know, and maybe I'm going to learn some of the things that you know and I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank
it's a learning process, and since I've been doing this, you will be able to like see what I'm doing for this first project, and I think from my comments or from my notes, you will be able to like see areas in which you can help. So I think I will not be able to like do this all on my own, but you guys will be expected to like assist me in some of the areas. So for example, the documentation part, I think that would be easy.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So hope I've answered you. Yeah. Anyone else with a question? Okay, so if we have no other questions, I think I can take you through some other steps. So, like a second demonstration of how we can collect data and how we can clean that data. So, okay, so one of the things that I had mentioned over here is so for the project goals. So let's look at one of the project goals that we have over here. So one of the project goals is to leverage natural language processing and machine learning to create an AI chatbot that can answer common health related questions and provide personalized recommendations to users. So over here, what I can do is so basically not like collect data, but research on how I can maybe leverage AI to create a chatbot that can answer common health related questions. So I will come over here to my browser and search for things like chatbot for healthcare. Okay, so maybe we can pick what we have over here in the first link, see what they have. So chatbots for healthcare can provide accurate information and better experience for patients. So an AI-enabled chatbot is a reliable alternative for patients looking to understand the cause of their symptoms. On the other hand, bots can help healthcare providers to reduce their caseloads. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through this article that we have over here, then see the kind of data that we are going to get. Okay, so you can see for this last point, it's more of research. So you're going to like research and see what has been implemented and maybe what you can implement as your own. So I think this diagram over here gives us a brief information as to what we can do. So we can create something on effective patient engagement, instant response, collection of patient information. So we can create a chatbot to collect patient's information. So create a chatbot to collect patient's information. And this chatbot can be live on WhatsApp, whereby maybe it can be collecting this information through texts. Then we can create one to collect feedback from patients. Then we can create one to recommend wellness programs. So I cannot expound more on this right now since it needs more research. So I need to like go through each and everything that we have over here and gather some points as to the kind of data that we are going to need for these, the kind of tools that we are going to need to implement these, and yeah, the different approaches that we are going to use. So that's one of the tasks that you are going to do. So like do some research. So after you've done your research, try document what you have. Yep. So that's all for this point, right? And I think maybe we can
Joseph, I lost you.
Sorry, I think guitar was dropped off, but I'm trying to reach out to him. I think maybe internet downtime, but let us be a bit patient. He will rejoin.
connection. So Xavier, I was saying that I was done. So for today, so I think maybe you can share your comments, then we can call it a day. Then we will discuss more on WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry, thank you so much, Ditau, for taking us through today's session, and all the community members for joining. I think we are at various level of understanding. Uh, those who have already started machine learning and advanced units, I think it is not a very big challenge, but The projects will range across various topics, as I said, and even we shall be having a simple data visualization projects and so on. So I don't know if there is any other question. As Gitawa said that more communication is going to come through the WhatsApp group. And also I have recorded the session I'll be uploading to our YouTube channel. Then after that, I'll be in a position to share the link latest by 10 p.m. You'll have the link so that you can able at your own time to uh, go through what we have learned today. But without maybe taking so much of your time, I know it is a Friday. I can take maybe 1, 2 questions, then we close for today. Okay, it means we don't have questions, but in case of anything, we have a community group. You can, if it is a question that you want to, it's not like if you want to ask, you can ask in the group so that we are able to respond. So thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely evening. You'll be getting the link in a few minutes for you to be able or to be in a position to follow up. Thank you and have a nice weekend.
Thank